But first, let's talk. Let's go to the serpent. Now, we're taught that sin came into the world when Eve ate the fruit. That's a lie. That's a lie. Okay. Uh, I'm in Genesis 3. And no, in fact, let me go to Genesis 2:16. Genesis 2:16. And Yahweh that Elohim commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden. Yahweh that Elohim commanded, that's the very first commandment he gave to man. Of every tree of the garden thou may freely eat, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it, for in that day thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. And we go to Genesis 3, and we're going to skip the part where Yahweh made woman, and because it's irrelevant, because woman came from man. And we're going to go to Genesis 3. We're going to say, now Yahweh says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh the Elohim had made. And he said to the woman, Elohim said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. Now, we know sin is the spirit of evil. Sin is the spirit of disobedience. So, in the spirit of evil, it already exists because the serpent is there. The serpent is there when he speaks to the woman. And the serpent is the body of evil. And the woman takes, as we all know of the story, the woman takes the fruit and she eats. She hearkens to the voice of the serpent and she eats it. So that's when sin came into the seed of Adam. Sin came into the seed. Sin already existed in the world, but it came into seed. Now, Abraham was chosen to the covenant, the prophecy that Yahweh told to Abraham, because Abraham was already chosen by Yahweh, that his children or his seed shall go to a strange land and not theirs, and shall serve him. And we get to the foundation of the faith. Now, when we're talking about the Star of David, well, first of all, the star existed well before David did. Well before David did. The star existed during the time of Moses. We're going to get into that a little bit after we get out of Genesis. And we're going to go to the kingdom of David. But there's no way possible that the star was created by the Khazars. There's no way possible that this star was created by the Egyptians. There's no way possible that this star was created by any other people other than the children of Israel. And we're gonna get into that in a little bit. And right now we're in Genesis 22, chapter 18. For the sake of argument, I would say I prefer to read the scriptures I prefer to read chapters in its entirety, because we have some people who, especially when you go to church, who may read one or two verses, who may read one verse and make a philosophical theory about it, about what that verse means, when Yahweh has already given you the answers in this book about what a particular verse means. It makes no sense to read one or two verses and philosophicalize about what that verse means. The only way we can understand what a verse means is to read the whole chapter. And in fact, for the sake of time, I'm not going to do that today, but that's how I specifically learn. And that's how I specifically teach others. Read the whole chapter. Anyway, I'm in Genesis 22:18. And, actually, I'm going to go Genesis 22:15. And the angel of Yahweh called unto Abraham out of heaven the second time, and said, By myself have I sworn, said YAH'WEH, for because thou hast done this thing, that thou hast not withheld thy son, thy only son, that in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore. And thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemy, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice. Now, this particular prophecy is proof, and it's proof positive that the children of Abraham is scattered. We're in Europe, we're in the United States, we're in South America, we're in Mexico, we're even in Africa. We're all over the land, we're in all nations. Now, this particular verse did not talk about, okay, this is the confusion. Now, I'm not going to go back to know it, but this is confusion that this verse is saying that the children of Abraham, that in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. It's not saying that in thy seed shall all the nations be counted for. The European nations, the Asiatic nations, the United Kingdom, the Australia. That's not what it's saying. It's saying that thy seed shall be blessed. I'm sorry. Thy seed in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice. So we have been scattered across the globe, and the blessing is that we are the children of Elohim, that we are in the existence, that we are coming to the light, and that the nations shall see us as the children of Elohim, and that the nations shall know that there is one Creator, and that there is one Maker, and that there is one God, and that there is one people. And in order to get back to that one Maker and that one God, you have to follow that one people. That's the blessing of the nation. That's what it is. Now, we're going to get back to the topic at hand concerning the star. Now, the reason the star was created was because Yahweh told Moses to actually create the star. We're going to get into Exodus. And first of all, I like to say that it's glorious. It's glorious that we have an understanding that even though we're in the land of captivity, we're not in our own land, we're not in our own home, we're not working for our own people. It's glorious to know that by Elohim's grace that we're safe, that we have food to eat, that we multiply, and with that being said, as we multiply, we come back into the light, we come back into the faith, and we become the light for the Gentiles, and the light for the heathen, and the light for the nations of the earth. It's a glorious thing. It's a glorious thing. And anyway, we're going to talk about how this star came about. And we're going to get to Moses. When Abraham seed multiplied in Egypt. Now, this is the story, the chronological story. Abraham began Isaac, and Isaac began Jacob. And there was a famine in the land of Canaan. And Jacob sent his 12 sons. Jacob had 12 sons, which made up Israel. And Jacob's last son